What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mighty Mouse channel. So, with the upcoming release of the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remastered, I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of go back in time a little bit and play the original and do a bit of a playthrough slash guide on how to find all the tapes. So, a little bit of a heads up, this is a very long video, but there will be timestamps in the bottom in the description there so that you can jump to a certain spot if you're looking for a certain tape or anything like that. Also will be a link to a website where you can find all of the special moves for each of the characters. That way and help you get a little easier the high scores and everything like that, because sometimes it's hard to figure out what their special moves are and it just makes it pick it up. But without further ado, let's jump in to the first Tony Hawk. Start a new game. I'm gonna go with Rune Glifberg just because I think he's got the coolest moveset in here. So you get that Christ there, just really cool to me. Kickflip and twist is also pretty simple here. So, alright, so we're gonna start with the warehouse. I'm not gonna do anything really on the high score and pro score just because you can kind of figure it out. I can show you kind of what I do to get those in certain areas if it is a little difficult. But I'm gonna go first, I believe, the boxes, then skate, and then the hidden tape. So we're going right in. Alright guys, as you can see, the second one down there is the smash the boxes. Like I said, I'm not going to do really anything much. I'm just going to do the points as we go along. So we'll jump in. We're going to show you this smash the boxes now. Alright, you're going to want to stop yourself as soon as you get in here. On the right hand side at the top is one of the first boxes, so you want to make sure you don't roll down the ramps just yet. Go around the quarter pipe here. You have to hold the up button and then ollie up here so that you can make sure you clear that. You're going to turn around, go up this ramp, and continue to hold up. Didn't work that time. One more time. We'll turn around, hold up. He should fly over the ramp. Alright. Then once you roll down that, the next set of boxes are right here. You're just going to turn, hold the up button again, and jump so it does like a little bit of a nollie to make sure you clear the ledge. And again, hold the up button once you hear. And that's all 5 boxes. We're going to go ahead and end the run so you don't have to kind of sit and watch all of them. The next one's going to be skate. Alright, for skate, we're going to roll down where we start and go straight to the left on this little kicker over here. It's the S. I'm going to do a big U-turn here. I'll go a little wide so you can see what I'm doing. Come all the way back around, and the K is right here. And as you already saw as we passed it, the A is on the taxi right here to my right. And I don't think I have enough speed. Oh, got the T there. And the E is back up here where the last set of boxes were. And I hold the up button again, going up that last ramp to collect EE. And last but not least for this one, it is going to be the hidden tape, which if you look in the picture right up here that is on the screen, you can see it kind of up above that half pipe in the little glass window. Not sure what that is. So it's easiest, you want to get a lot of speed, so if you do like a hand plant or something up here to get special, roll down the right side of the ramp. Alright, so there's the high score. That is also a really good way, once you have your special, as I fall, once you jump down the ramp down here, if you can air all the way over, usually you have to have your special to do this, but you air all the way over, you can clear this whole thing and land on that rail. It'll instantly lock you onto that rail as well. You can get a crazy high score from doing that. Obviously, I missed it on this one, but we still got the job done. It's pretty low. You know, it's the first level. So all of our tapes are met for this round, so we're going to go ahead and end and move on to the next. Alright, now that we've completed the warehouse, we're going to go to the next level here. It's going to be the school in Miami. And again, we're not going to do the points. Just going to continue to do 3 main objectives. So, grind the 5 tables. This one is a little tricky. I'll show you the easiest way that I found to do. Alright, so we're going to stop ourselves right up here. You can fall off. It's fine. You just want to not get too far down the ramp because there is a table right here that you would typically miss if you went down that way. I like to hit this one first because you can go all the way around the map here, but you have to come up a hill at the end, and it usually is difficult to get up unless you have a lot of speed. Once you come down this hill, make a quick left, and there's the second table. can either air over there or take this little bridge for the third. Keep going straight. There's that little box ramp there. Go to the fourth. And just kind of go along the pools here. Just hang, keep to the left side here. And the last one will be right here. Like I said, the reason I dropped down is if you just go straight off of that thing and start going down the hill, then you have to climb all the way back up this. And it just takes a long time and it's kind of annoying. So it's easiest if you jump off when you first spawn, jump off that ledge. You can even jump right down onto the stable. So. Alright, so the next up on the list is we're going to collect skate. Alright, for this one, you can run down here. You can usually get a pretty cool trick off of this, and then sometimes you can land it in here if you are trying to go for that high score, pro score, whatever. S is going to be on this rail, immediately into the kicker for the K. And then into this little grind, and that I missed. The A. And then we got the T right around here on this half pipe right in front of us. So basically, if you just do a big circle of this, you're usually going to find everything, and then the E right on that rail there. And there's skate. Pretty quick, pretty easy. And we got the high score on that one as well, so I'm just going to go ahead. That's the price there. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the next score as well. I thought that was to be right for kickflip. There it is. Alright, now we're going to do a good price there. A little 540. Front backflip. I've not seen this move. I've not used Rune in a very long time, but there we go. I liked using bowls and stuff. You can also, a lot of people are very good at combining like some grinds and flip tricks and things like that. It is a little more difficult in this game just because there's no manuals. So that's why I kind of stick to the half pipes and just grabs. All right, as you can see, guys, the next one is the hidden tape. It is right around where the K is for skate, but it's much higher in the air, so you actually have to go on top of the schools. Let's get to it. I find the easiest way is to jump off to the right here, and you're going to go immediately up this ramp. There is one on the other side if you do go straight. I find this one to be a lot quicker, though. You can either air up using this ramp. Usually if you have no speed, it's a little harder, so I just hold up once I get up to that ramp so that it puts me on top. Jump down, grind this little rail all the way down here, and it's going to be right in front of us. Pretty simple. Sometimes can be tricky hitting that ramp to get onto that rail at the top. So that's it. We've already hit all the tapes for this one, so we're going to move on to the next level. Alright guys, now that we are done with the school, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next, which is the Mall New York. Now this is one of the first ones that kind of gets a little tricky and you can't get all of them in the same run because it's a lot of downhill throughout this mall and it's hard to get back up if you miss something. So that's why we do these broken down piece by piece, just so that you can see them a little bit easier. The first one we're going to go through is Destroy the 5 Directories. And I'll probably get a couple of the scores here just because this is the best time to do them at the very beginning here. There's not a lot of like half pipes or anything in this level to get everything. So you're gonna go up this escalator right here, the first one. It's easiest if you jump over here, jump through the waterfall, and I missed it. It's okay. If you miss it, you just keep going around. Here is another escalator. You do a 180, and that's the one you would have gotten. Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and drop down. Come back down here. Stick up the high score tape. Just to get it, this is probably the best area to get the high score and pro score. That's a little bit of a half pipe. Here's the third one. Next one is going to be right after this little ramp here. Doesn't come into sight for quite a while. There get the fourth. Accidentally got the T there, but it's alright. It's not going to clear it because we're not going to get all of them. And here is the last one. And what the cool thing about this level is if you just keep going off, you can get a cool little bonus from that. And then once you hit the parking garage here, it ends the run for you and it starts you back at the beginning. So makes it pretty handy rather than hitting retry or trying to go back up top. All right, so the next one that we got here is skate. This one's a little tricky, but pretty doable. Again, again, I just like to get a little bit of air and speed at this beginning part just for fun. The S is actually going to be on this first rail over to your left. A, I believe, is going to be over here to our right on this little bush ledge here. Roll down the middle ramp here, and as you saw earlier, the A is going to be on this fountain. Not a fountain, there's no fountain there, or whatever you would call that. I don't know. She'll run back down the stairs, and like you saw in the directory, T is going to be right here. You don't even have to grind this, you'll bump into it and get it. And then just air up into the E here. Pretty simple. Then again, I'm just going to go down through the parking garage here so that it restarts on us. Alright guys, as you can see, the last one on the list is going to be the hidden tape. From the picture, you can tell that it is in the rafters. It's actually right above where you pick up the A and skate. So one helpful tip is to get your special. It gives you a lot more speed and makes it a lot easier when trying to launch off of either the ramp or the rail on the ledge there. So there are two different ways that you can do this one to get onto those little rafters. Either one works. You just need to make sure you are holding the grind button as best as possible, whether that is Y or triangle, depending on which kind of controller you're using. Once you get to the end of this rail, you kind of have to jump depending on which rail you hit. If it's the left side, you want to hold the right button when you ollie off, and vice versa. If you're on the right side, hold left when you jump off to make sure that you jump to the middle and hit that secret tape. Alright guys, the next level that we're going to come to is Skate Park Chicago. This is actually the first competition, so there's going to be different runs that you have to do. 2 highest scores are used. Your lowest score gets removed. So if you have a really bad round, you fall a whole bunch, don't worry about it. Alright, so right off the bat here, you can hit a pretty cool combo. Just get a couple grinds and you can do like a kick flip out or something like that. That hip transfer is huge. So not only does it multiply your score by like 2 because of the transfer, but if you do like a grab move and do some turns in there, you end up getting like 5,000 points, I think is what that came up to be. So what I do, I hit every single grab move and just do as much of a spin as I can. Usually early on you can only do 540s, it appears. Occasionally I can hit some 720s, and then just to add a little bit more, go ahead and hit your specials. Like I said, I use Rune because I think he's got the coolest moves, and also they're easy to hit. If you have Tony Hawk, it's really difficult to hit the 900, so I don't even bother. Obviously, if you want to complete everything in the game to unlock all the extra characters and all the videos and everything like that, you do have to use every single character. But for just the one playthrough, it's fine just to say that you can. I guess I'm not sure what they'll have in the new game. But as you can see, I had about 50,000 there. It's a 98. Nobody's touching that. Usually the first competition here, you get around 92, I think is the highest that anyone else. Yeah, Bucky Elastic's a 91-1. So I crushed it there. That's why I stopped near the end, just to make sure I didn't fall unnecessarily and ruin any points. So we'll go ahead and do the second run. I know this is going to be a little boring, but basically we're just going to do the same thing. And I fell there. See, like I said, it's not horrible. It's not going to be the end if you get a fall or two. But just keep at it. Again, your lowest score does get thrown out, so if I fall again here or I don't end up getting that good of a score, more than likely this will be my throw-out round, and that's okay. I just make sure that I don't mess up for the following round. Again, we're just very simple, just going through, hitting down and circle or B to do the grab, and doing as much of a spin as you can. If you need a little bit extra, if you find that your combos aren't doing as much, if you hit up when you are in the air, it'll do like a nollie and get you kind of an already 2 times multiplier. So there we are again. We got about 43,000 there, but we did fall once. So a little lower because it's a lower score, and a fall 95 is still going to be enough. Go ahead and take this competition. Again, they can improve on their scores, but as you can see, Bucky last succeeded at a 91.1 and then a 91.6, so his last run will probably be about the same, probably in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and just end the run as soon as we start the next heat, just to keep this as short as possible. And you'll see that obviously you're going to get all zeros. It is going to throw out that score. And he actually got a 92, so he did improve. So that's the only thing you have to be careful for, is if you think you got something in the bag because you have two very high scores and you're in the lead after two, they can always improve on their score in the last one. But obviously had that one well in hand. I won by 10 points. So again, you want to be around 30, I want to say, with no falls is how to get in this competition. Alright guys, as you can see, the next level here is going to be downtown Minneapolis. We have 15 of the tapes, that's all of them so far, and gold in the first competition down in the bottom right there. It kind of keeps track of everything. So this one, I feel like a lot of things are out of order, so we may not go in order for the skate and the signs and everything, but bear with me, just follow along as best you can. Alright, so we're just going to continue straight on here. We're going to do the signs first. You're just going to turn left, right in here. They're big flashing white signs here, pretty difficult to miss. You're going to go through the little pavilion here, continue like circling left. The other one there, you're going to go left again, and there's one up top of this ramp. I'm going to jump right back down. There's going to be one on this roadway. And the last one's going to be over here. I think that might be a bank or something. Right there. Alright guys, as you see, the next one is skate. We're going to go in order as best as possible. You'll notice that I passed the E and T at one point. See why. So you're going to jump off this kicker up here. It's okay if you hit that wall. You're going to jump off of the little platform there and grind the little billboard or whatever that is. Turn left, like where we went to the first episode here, to get the signs. And you're going to go right back out just like we did. Now this is the part where it seems like it's a little weird. We're going to roll down this street for a little while, and we're actually going to pass the E and the T to get to that A, but I'm going in order just to see, you know, kind of complete it as best as possible. So there's the E. You jump off of either one of those ramps, and the T is up in that window there, but the A is going to be right here. There are actually two ways to get to that T. You can either hit this little ramp here, and it'll get you up there. I like to go through this little secret hidey hole. This is also the way to get to the secret tape, but if you are really good, you can combine all these little grinds and tricks and stuff here, and it'll help you get to the high score as well. Alright, so then the last one is going to be the E. We have to hit off this ramp, like I said. Passing through, you can hit the ramp on the other side and get it. Before you get the A, you do not have to get skate in order. I just do it in videos so that you guys know what you're looking for. That's it. You just hit off that ramp. It's okay. It takes me a few times. I luckily got it the first try there. Just hit that ramp and try to grind. You somewhat have to hold like the right or left while you are jumping off the ramp to make sure that you throw your body over that rail. Alright, and last but not least, we do have the hidden tape, which as you can see, it's kind of up on the roof there in between the two buildings from the picture, so I'll show you the quickest way to get to them. Alright, so you're going to want to, as soon as you roll in, turn around directly. You're going to jump up off these little kickers, because it's going to put us right where we found that T, E, and kind of the A. You're going to roll back up in here like we were going for the T. We're actually going to continue up instead of jumping back out once we got to the bridge. We're going to continue up onto the road. Where the T was, I usually jump out to go get it. But you're going to roll up onto here, get inside. There's this nice little half pipe, quarter pipe, almost a... Oh, fine. Just going to turn around. We're going to end up ramping off of this, so I'm going to get some speed. Here, gonna hit one on the other side just so I'm directly lined up with it. As you can see, tape's there. You just jump to this roof. And I like to use this bowl, like I said, for getting the high score without the manuals that we get in later games. It's a lot easier just to do the grab tricks and do as many spins as possible with that, and then throw in, obviously, your special moves as much as you can to get that. And I believe it's 40,000, so I will go ahead and hang on and just try to complete that really quickly. You guys can see there's the pro score. So we're going to go ahead and end, because that's going to be all the take. Alright guys, the next level up is going to be Downhill Jam, and I can tell you, this is by far the hardest. So, bear with me, because it's all downhill. There is not an easy way to get back up the hill. It's very slow, so sometimes you have to kind of restart the whole thing to kind of do it. So let's jump into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look to is the valves. This one's pretty tricky because a couple of them are pretty hard to hit. And again, with it being all downhill, if you miss it, it's tough to get back up the ride again. So the very first one is one of the hardest. You have to roll down, hit this ramp, and a lot of times you miss. I don't know, I always mistime my jump there, but you need to hit that rail. There's one at the very end of that rail. There you go. Alright, so the next one, we're going to go around this ramp. I'm going to slow myself down just so you can see it. It's going to be this first ramp here on the roof. You just got to roll into it. You don't have to do a trick or anything off of that. If you do jump to do a trick or anything, you'll probably miss it. So the next one, you're going to go to your left. You're going to grind this rail for as long as you can. There's 3. And I'm just going to jump back down here. You can continue to go around. That is going to be where the secret tape is. But the next one's going to be over this hill. Roll down and jump up. It's on there. This is also how you get the T. The easiest way to get the T anyway. And you get a pretty good air off of that and get some bonuses. Now the last one's going to be right here, right over this ledge. You have to wall ride to get it, so it's easier if you slow yourself down. If you miss it, that's okay. This one's not too difficult to just come right back. And you can sometimes get it from this side. I suggest going back up to the top of the ramp and trying to do it. The easiest way is to go slow. And again, like the mall, go through the finish line here and take it right back up to the top. Alright guys, next one up is going to be Skate. And this one is a little difficult. Some things are kind of around corners, and you gotta get multiple tries on some of these because this is one of the hardest ones. You're gonna roll straight down. You're gonna go past this little box right in front of you. You can probably see it in the air there. Right off of this first little ramp, you're gonna go off at an angle to collect the S. Don't worry if you fall or you go out of bounds. It'll just insult you and put you back around. So, no big deal. Alright, so the next one, I'm going to go a little wide here because you're going to want to hit this ramp and hit the rail right above there to get the K. Now there's 2 ways to get up to the A. Either you can go back to this ramp here that we use to valve and grind this across. I find that to be the easiest way. You can also hit like the quarter pipe down there and hold up. I'll do it real quick just so you can see it. But it does take quite a while. You just hit the ramp, hold the up button when you come to this side, he'll eventually climb up, and you can get it from there. I like to use the rail because usually it's a little bit. Alright, so the next one, we're going to go back through here like we got that third valve. You're going to air up there, you're going to roll through here, and launch, hopefully high enough. I fell. So, what we're going to need to do, as you can see from when I stood up there, the E is up on this rail, and this is one of the trickiest letters to get of all the game. I'm just going to get my special up real quick and hope I can get enough height. You're going to launch off, just hold that grind button. You're going to be sideways most likely if you get it, but if you just hold the grind button, either the triangle or Y or whatever button you use for that controller, it will automatically grab on and have you slide down to get that. Again, we're going to go through the finish line just to end. Alright guys, last thing is going to be the hidden tape. This one is kind of fun to do, but is very difficult, and so it's really triggering every time you miss it. You'll see why. Go ahead and skip a lot of this first portion because there isn't really anything we need. It's right around where we pick up the third valve, where we grind over to get to the A. I'm going to take you across, or you can roll up from the half pipe. You're going to grind this rail to go across, air up, you should have definitely enough speed and everything to get across the little channel gap. Easiest way to get up on this little rock formation is to hit the very corner of this. Should turn you sideways here. I suggest grinding this rail so you get a little bit more speed, because you'll have another little gap here. And then you'll need the speed to jump off, hold your grind button, hopefully hit those rails. If you don't, you'll slide through the rails, which is kind of nice. Hopefully you have a good angle on the tape there to hit it, even if you miss the rails. If you do hit the rails, it will allow you to grind through and take you right to it. But again, you saw on my screen, you don't get caught by the rails. It allow you to just skate on top of that platform to it. Now I'm just going to go through, do some moves here, try to get that high score. Alright, next level we have here is going to be Burnside, Portland. It's going to be our second competition. Similar to the same thing, 3 different heats, and your worst heat will get thrown out. I think it's a round that you need to get for this. Maybe 40. It's somewhere in the 40s is your best bet to secure that number 1 spot. Again, if you fall, it does lose you points. I'm going to go right into this little ball over here, just because I find that to be the easiest way to gain points in this. It's just to hit the grabs. They give you, every time you do a full spin, it gives you a multiplier, so you have the grab move, then you have the spins, get you thousands of points each time. And then obviously, you have your kick flips and everything you can throw in there to add extra combos. This one is a little difficult because you can spin around this bowl and not fall, which is nice, but it can throw off your landings. And again, try to throw in your special moves as much as possible. I will throw in a link in the description of all of these videos so that you can look up who you're using and what their specials may be. Alright, so we got 50,096. So as you can see, I had a 50,000 in the first competition, and it gave me about a 98. We're still sitting about 96, 97, which is going to be enough. I think 93, 92, 93 is the highest score for players, at least in the original games. Chad Muska with an 86. Room here, who was us, as a 97. So actually, it was, maybe this is their bad round. We only have the highest scores, an 89 by Jamie Thomas. So this could be a fairly easy one. Got a little lucky, I guess. So on to the next heat. I know this is a little boring. This is basically the same thing. You can also use that little eyeball. Try to avoid that area, because as you can see, you go like up the wall a little bit, and it can really throw off your landing and your timing of your tricks. Again, just doing the grabs. If you want to throw in like a kickflip first, then do it. So like a kickflip, then do a grab. Kind of gives you a little extra combo multiplier, which is nice. Pretty difficult. The mechanics will probably be a lot better for the first game. Again, as you see, I fell here, but no big deal. We'll get right back up. Going to be a pretty low score no matter what I do here. But most likely this will be the one thrown out, as you can see. Last time, the first 2 rounds worked for me. So we hit about 38,000 here with that. Finally going through, almost 39. I still, even with the fall, got a 93, so I believe that is going to be enough to put us over. But we'll take a look here. Again, we got Jamie Thomas coming in with the second round heat, highest score of an 89, so it looks like this is even lower than what we had in the first competition, but I'm pretty far ahead. I'm going to go ahead and skip my third competition. You may not want to do that if you're a little bit closer, just because the computer players can improve on their third run and could knock you out. So don't think just because you won the first 2 and your third one's going to get thrown out that they can't improve on theirs. Make sure you give it your all on the third run as well, just to make sure that it doesn't get thrown. Alright, so obviously 0 is all there. That one's going to get thrown out, so we get Jamie with another 89. So 89.5 was the highest that anybody scored in this, which is crazy. Usually the second competition's a lot harder. It looks like the randomness this time felt pretty lucky for me, and got the gold for this one as well. Alright, next up is going to be San Francisco. I already got the 5 cop cars because I accidentally. So I'm going to go through that one again. So I always forget, so stop as soon as you get in here. The first one is actually going to be right behind you. I always run around the map a couple times because I forget that one is. Next one, we're going to go down this hill here, directly to our right. And funny enough, cop car in front of the donut shop. Poking a little fun at the cops. Usually the cops are not too fond of skaters skating on things that they probably shouldn't be. So they're kind of poking a little bit more fun at the cops. So you're going to go to the right after you get to the end of the street, and there's 2 of them right here. Pretty easy. Next one, you're going to go all the way around. Try not to get hit by that car. Thought I had enough. You can either just follow the street all the way around, either this way or the other way. You can either cut through. But it's going to be basically the opposite corner. And there is the 5 cop cars. Alright guys, next up is Skate. And this one's out of order just a little bit. You'll see why. I will still go in order so that you know where all of it is. But I'll show you once we get to it, kind of an easier way to do it. So to get the S, you're going to roll down the hill here, and you're going to go directly to the left. And then just follow up this ramp here, and it'll be once you get to the top. Now, jump down, follow this down, whatever you need to do. You're actually going to go back to the starting spot. What I found to be the easiest, you can see it up in there. Sometimes you can hit that ramp where the cop car is, and kind of air through the glass, like going to the right. I find the easiest is just when you start, kind of follow this down, kind of slow yourself down so you don't launch off the edge. Turn right here, and the K will be right there. Alright, next we're going to go to the end of the street. We're going to make a right and go up this hill, and the A is going to be in between these 2 little ramps here. It's okay if you fall, but hopefully you have enough momentum that you can pull yourself all the way over. With the T, you're going to hit this ramp over to the right and launch up. There's actually a ledge there that you can grind, so hold forward. Either try to grind or just land on the ledge. Either way is fine. Get the T in here. Apparently you have to jump to get it. And this is an exit. It's a cool little ramp that you can go through. And then if you have good enough balance, but at this point's the last level, you should be able to decently easily grind all the way down there. Get a pretty good score. And then the last thing, you'll need to air up in here. Running out of time here, so hopefully I make it. I'm gonna go down, hit the far side of this bowl, which is what I use to get the high score. And last but not least is the hidden tape. This one is also very fun, but you do need to maintain some speed because it's a pretty far jump, as you can see where that is. Top of a gazebo there, you're actually going to launch off of one of these buildings. It's pretty far distance that you have to go. Check it out. So it doesn't really matter here. Roll down, roll up that ramp, jump down. It depends on kind of what you're into. Fastest way is to go to the left here. Actually going to be a little ledge on this that we're going to go to. I'm going to hit this ramp just to get speed. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be going fast for this part. You're going to jump up on here, follow it around, jump at the very end here to air up onto this ledge. Go to the left, you're actually going to transfer over to the other building. That's fine. Don't need to keep speed up for this part. It's once we get up on top of the building. we're going to continue to turn and go up the building here, and right as like the little rafters there that you see above us is what we're actually going to be launching off of. So just keep going around, stop yourself. Alright, so we're going to try to keep as much speed as we can going up here. I don't think I am, so I'm going to back around. I stop myself, try to keep as much speed, do a quick circle, launch off, land in the gazebo. Again, if I would have launched right off of that where I was, probably would not have made it, just because I have all my speed when I stop to keep myself on there. So you may have to, when you're rolling up the ramp, just continue to turn that corner, but sometimes it's difficult and you miss the rafter thing there that you have to hit. Like I said, I like to go in here. This is actually where I keep hitting this bowl, again, like I have done in every other level. Just do all the grabs and everything to get the high scores. It being a bowl, though, it is a little difficult because you kind of just continue to spin in circles, which is nice because you don't bail out if you're not angled 100% perfectly. At the same time, because you are spinning like that, it is a little... You can also use the spot up by the S. There's a half pipe there that's usually pretty easy to do. Alright guys, on to the final level. As you can see here, I've already messed up a couple times, so I'm only going to show you getting. But the competition's pretty hard. You have to around 50,000 with no falls, or 1,000 with no falls to gold medal here. Get all 30 tapes in the previous levels. You actually unlock a special character, Officer Dick, which is, he's got some moves making fun of cops yet again. I'm going to show you a couple things that make it a little easier, and also some of the little hidden gems to this level if we have a run that we can kind of throw. So, I like to hit, you know, again, just these quick half pipes here. You can actually launch over right here. I like to do all of my special moves off of that, just over this little gap here. Just because it gives you a bonus. You get, you know, obviously so much for your special move, and then also adding a multiplier there to do your that little gap as well. It is huge. So make sure that you are trying to not fall as much as possible. Don't take any unnecessary risks, like do random tricks or anything like that. I try to hit all 3 moves here over this little gap. That one's always tough. It scares me. I don't think that I'm going to hit it. Haven't fallen here. We're at 40,000, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. That should be enough to put us in decent shape, and we'll judge how it's being scored based on this run. So 90, roughly 93.5 for the first heat. Let's see where that puts us. Tony with a 90, Jeff with a 90. We're sitting pretty at 93. The first time I did this competition, and I got 3rd place, Bob Burnquist was hitting 95 run, so very difficult, and I couldn't come back from it. So looking pretty good. 90 is actually pretty low for this competition, so that's the mark we want to hit, is around 40,000, hopefully with no falls, to try to hit gold. And unlock the videos, all the bonus. I didn't fall on that. There it is. Perfect. So this is probably going to be a throwaway run, and we will have to use 3rd heat to do our full run there, but we'll see. We'll see what we can get going here. Didn't mean to do the Christ air again, but just going for the kickflip McTwist into the gap. Nice little 9,000 pointer there. We'll hit the other one over here. Did have, was it 1 or 2 falls, but we're looking at 40, maybe 5,000 depending on this tree. Still at 91. As low as the first scores were, it's possible this could still bring it home for us. So I'm 5 points ahead. I'm going to bet that nobody's going to end up getting a 95 on any of these in the final run. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of mess around and show you some of the things that they threw into this one. So Roswell, New Mexico, I believe this is supposed to be Area 51. So if you go through some of the other hidden areas here, like these doors will open up. There's a nice bowl in here, which is also fairly easy, like we've used in other levels. It's got like spaceships and alien skeleton or something there. There's a tank, spaceship over there. There's kind of some cool things that they threw in there to make it look alien-esque. And then there's another one over here as well, which can hit some pretty cool combos because there's like a rail. But here's the alien, Roswell, New Mexico, Area 51. There are aliens. It's proven in Tony Hawk. There it is. That's what I was thinking of. Come out of there. Hit a couple of rails. Here's a couple rail to rails that get you pretty decent combos there. Time. Obviously, this is going to be that throwaway run that I talked about. Just because luckily we're so far ahead. Usually this level takes me several tries. Got it technically on the second time, so that should do it. Yeah, nobody improved really on that one. Not enough to make a difference anyway. But there it is. You've won the gold. We now have all 3 gold medals. Once you hit that, it does pull up a cool little video of some bails, like everybody bailing on grinds and grabs and everything. I think that's Mike Vallely. These go really fast, so it's hard to tell who some of them are. Yeah, these are, that's the end of the game, guys, so I hope you enjoyed. There you have it, guys. That was the playthrough of the first Tony Hawk game, and hopefully this helps a little bit when you guys go to play the remastered version. Quick note, I will be live all day tomorrow on Twitch at twitch.tv/MightyMouse1309 playing the remastered version. So feel free to pop by and check that out. Hit a follow on there for more content. I do a lot of kind of throwback games with PlayStation and N64 and everything like that, as well as some newer games like Fortnite and Fall Guys. So if you like this, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit that notification for more upcoming videos. Peace, guys.